Nebraska Volleyball just wrapped up another match. Join former Husker Mandy Monson as she breaks down the game from the hard swings and perfect sets to the diving digs and precision passing. 93.7 The Ticket's post-game coverage of Nebraska Volleyball starts now.
Yes, it does. Welcome into Nebraska Volleyball Postgame, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm Austin Norman. More importantly, it's Mandy Monson sitting over there here at 1040 O Street. Mandy, let's start with this. It's official, 18-0, and now the Huskers have clinched the Big Ten.
Yeah.
It was everything but official yesterday, but official.
I was like, they were talking about it on, on the broadcast, on the Big Plus. They're like, oh, now they're, outright. And you and I were talking like, wait, whoa. What was the difference from yesterday? And I appreciate you cluing me in. Of course, my mind is like, well, okay. Mathematically, statistically, do we really think we're going to drop the next 3 matches? Probably not happening. So yes, official Big Ten champions. Let's go, everybody. It's really exciting. I mean, here's what I want to say. I was watching the game at home, watching it on the big screen in my basement. My daughter was making dinner upstairs.
What'd she make?
She made suddenly salad tonight.
Oh,
listen, we like suddenly salad in our household. That? Yeah, it's good.
I just like the initiative to cook.
Yeah,
or prepare.
Yeah, she's 13, by the way.
Well done.
Yeah, make some suddenly salad, chop up some cucumber and tomato, and you're good to go. But anyway, so I'm having a great time in the basement watching the match. And what I thought to myself is just, genuinely how much I love watching this team play. They might be my favorite Nebraska team of all time, which is like, that's saying something. Mm-hmm. But I just they're so fun to watch. I mean, Virginia Adriano had a fantastic game. If you weren't able to see the match, she really played well tonight. But I just really enjoy watching them. One, technically, they are so strong. I mean, they're just technically they're strong. Physically, they're strong. Their mental presence is just like something that I, haven't seen before. And so it was really fun watching them play tonight. The venue. And you and I were talking about this, Austin, the venue that we played in at Indiana, that was no joke, man. Mm-hmm. And I noticed this on the telecast. I mean, one, I was like, I can't believe they're letting those students literally stand right behind the players and yell in their ear.
Right.
I thought, I'm like, my God, should our Husker players kind of how can we deter that? And you really can't, right? So they're, the Huskers responded really well. Number one, we served very, very well. And number two, we didn't let that bother us. But that was a really tough venue to play in tonight. It seemed like it was, very loud. It seemed like it was a very, how shall I say this? It would get the competitive juices going. If I was a player playing in that venue tonight, having basically people yell in my ear, when I was serving. But I thought the Huskers handled themselves really well tonight. So overall, I think it was a great, great match, that there was some competition. Indiana did a good job of, I think, hanging in there with us as much as they could. But again, a sweep, winning in 3 sets. I think that's pretty awesome to win the Big Ten championship that way.
Nebraska outright wins. They are now 18-0 in the Big Ten, as well as 28-0 overall. They've actually played more matches on the road. Now 10-0 on the road in Big Ten conference play. They'll wrap up with 2 home matches at the end of next week. Wisconsin was mathematically alive entering today, but the Badgers' maximum number of wins in this final week and change of the season was 17. And so with Nebraska earning win number 18, it is over for the Badgers, who kind of sneaky, 21-4 overall. Indiana not far behind them here in the Big Ten standings, just a game back at 22-5. Entering the night now 22-6 and 13-5 overall in the Big Ten. Pending results, Indiana looking to stay ahead of Purdue and USC there in the Big Ten standings. Let's talk about that environment. A 3,000-seat arena, not the biggest Nebraska's played in, but when they're right up on you, that makes a difference.
Well, it was.
You can hear people, but then when they're that close to you, up in your grill, they're almost whispering, sweet nothings in your ear as you're serving.
Yeah.
That's got to be uncomfortable. And for Nebraska, too, to your point, serve as tough as they did, not let it get to them. Pretty impressive stuff.
It was really impressive. And I think that's why Nebraska, we are the professionals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So listen, you can yell in our ear. You can, I'm sure those sweet nothings were not very sweet. You can say really, unsweet things to us and we will still, ace you. So I was like, I wanted to see here. We had 4 service aces, right?
I believe they did as well.
Yeah, and they did as well. But one thing, talking about serving, one thing that I'm noticing, I think this has now happened the past 2 matches, is I really feel like, what we're working on is just serving more aggressively. I could tell, Virginia, brought out her serve again. I think she got at least an ace. I felt like Harper Murray was intentionally trying to serve more aggressively. And I think that's good. Like, I like to see that, because I feel like, the Huskers are aware and the coaching staff is aware that, hey, we need to even get better at the serve and get more aggressive at the serve, because as we, travel through and, move ahead in the NCAA tournament, that's something that we're going to have to do when we go compete against the Stanfords, the Pitts, the, Texas. And so, that's one thing that I really noticed tonight when I was watching the match. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and pause 10 quick seconds for station ID here. This is Volleyball Postgame 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
When you talk about the serving, Mandy, with a purpose, right? Nebraska, 4 aces all came from 4 different players. Virginia Adriano ends up with one. Andy Jackson gets one.
Yeah.
Terea Sigler, and then Lainey Choboy, who is not wearing number 6, still number 6 in I
know. Should we talk about that?
Well, let's have that conversation. We'll get back on the serving. Lainey Choboy added a couple digits to her number there.
She did. Yes. So and then we can get back to the serving. So I didn't actually notice that. But it was funny in the 96-97 chat. Somebody said, is Lainey wearing the wrong number? Did she forget her jerseys? And then that was Tanya Tauke. And then Nancy Metcalf was like, probably. And then this is what I want. Like, listen, if you are a former athlete, you have this dream, especially if you've played collegiate, where like you guys, like, it was check your bag multiple times, make sure you have your jerseys. And what I thought was funny is all of us said we still will once in a while have a dream that we are going to play and we forgot our jerseys. I have a weird dream, listen, where for some reason I have to, like, the Huskers are like, hey, you have to come play. And I can't find my old Husker jerseys. But anyway, that, I thought that was a funny thing in the chat. But yes, so then when we're listening to post-match, yes, it does happen. Sometimes, you're packing, you forget your jersey. But you know what? Listen, Lainey Choboy is a very valuable player. So we figure out a way to put another number on her, which was number 17 tonight. But going back to serving, sorry, we digress.
No, the important things like the uniforms and the only things that can slow Nebraska down could have been their libero/defensive specialist not having a jersey.
Correct.
But on the serving end of things,
yes,
Nebraska being intentional about how it serves and where it serves strikes me as, like you said, kind of the next step for this team, and also just another way for it to flex its muscle. Because you think about, from my perspective, right? If we're watching Nebraska football right now, right? What do you want to do? You want to establish the run. You want to be the more physical team. You can play your style of game. In basketball, are you going to be a slow it down, milk the shot clock team? Or are you going to be a team that gets out in transition? Pace is pace in volleyball. It's there. A lot of it comes with your defense, right? Keeping the ball off the floor. But I think part of what can make Nebraska even better is when you dictate to other teams what they're allowed to do. With a tough serve, put it in this zone versus that zone. Nebraska's too good to just be just get it over the net and we'll be fine team. Sure, they probably will be fine if all they do is get it over the net and not give the other team free points. But they can look even better and take that next step to consistently dominating like they have when they put the ball where they want it and make the other team play on Nebraska's turn.
Yeah, and I think I've talked about this before in the show, but the serve is the only time you control the ball in volleyball. So sure, you could just, lob one over, but really, I mean, in how competitive the Division I NCAA, like you really in the Big Ten and the Big Ten, you really can't just kind of, plop one over. That's not going to work out very well. And I agree with you that serving is always, when it comes to volleyball, serving is always an aspect of the game that you can get better at. I mean, I think we've been a pretty good serving team all season. But like I said, what I've noticed the last 2 matches is that I just think we're intentionally serving tougher. I agree in that. Listen, in volleyball, and when you play at this level, you're always serving a zone, or you're splitting zones, right? You're either serving zone 1, zone 5, zone 6, or you're splitting. Zone 6 is in the middle. Here's 1 and here's 5, or you're splitting those zones. Or listen, if there's a passer that's struggling, you're going to keep the ball on that passer.
Go get them.
Absolutely. And I will say, in reverse, I did think Indiana did a good job of serving tough against us. I mean, I thought in set 1, especially, I thought, maybe we didn't handle the serve as well as we could. I thought from a player perspective, I thought Harper maybe wasn't quite as efficient on her passing as she usually is. And so I think that's another thing, we'll go back and we'll look at that. Because the other piece that I would say, hey, when the Huskers look at tape after this match tonight, I don't know if it was a passing thing, or I don't know if this is a timing thing as far as setting goes, but I felt like, and not that the middles weren't productive, because when I go back and look at kills and efficiency, I mean, Andy had 9 kills, 2 errors off of 13 attacks. She hit 538. Rebecca Alla had 7 kills, 3 errors, 17 attempts, 235. So it's not bad. But I felt like maybe the last couple of weeks, maybe there's something with timing there. And I don't know if that's pass or set. Again, it's not horrible, guys, by any means. But when you're talking about, hey, what do we continue to work on? I think that will be something that the Huskers go back and look at.
Well, and a team in Nebraska that has the big picture things handled pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're going to take over the world is on the little things. That's really the only place Nebraska can get better. They're as talented as you could ask for. They have all the swings in their bag, but it's on the margins. If you can get, what's the cliche phrase? 1% better every day. When you think about Harper Murray specifically, right? If you're noticing it from her, do you think that's a conditioning thing? At end of a long season, she's on the court 6 rotations, playing a lot. I know Nebraska's swept most of its opponents, but we also saw Texas really target her as a freshman. Is this just part of the deal with Harper Murray that she might wear down a little bit toward the end of the season? Or you think, just a blip on the radar, she'll be fine when the calendar flips to December?
Well, I think she's a great player. So by no means she's a great player. And if I was playing against us, I would try and wear her down during the match. That's what, I'd be like, listen, we're going to ping her and we're going to make her work. Because if we don't make her work on the pass, well, then she gets a little bit more rest period, when volley is going on. So I think that's just one thing that teams do. And then obviously, right, as the game progresses, if she does struggle on passing, well, then I'm really going to do it. Now, if I'm really targeting her and she's just passing nails every time and passing it perfectly, well, then maybe I'm going to start targeting someone else. That's the other thing. Like, I do think Indiana did a good job of making, Bergen Riley be pretty active in the first set. I think maybe that's how they kind of hung with us there. And that's something that I would do if I was playing us. I would probably make our right sides, play the ball, make Bergen and make Adriano play the ball and see if, you can get us out of system and wear them down. But teams do that. And like, I thought Virginia did a great job of playing the ball when she was in the front row today. So those are the things that I would do. But I think the Huskers have also been very successful in responding to those things when teams have done that to them.
Last thing on the serving, there's plenty more to talk about, even in a sweep for Nebraska. 2 aces for Nebraska in the third set. Are all aces created equal? Is an ace in the first set the same as an ace in the third set? Or say the fourth or fifth set when you're Nebraska trying to decide it? If you're a Nebraska opponent and you get ace in the third set and Nebraska gets a free point, how demoralizing is that?
Well, I think it goes back to momentum,
Mm.
right? Sure, like if you're up by 10 points already and you get an ace, is that as effective as, hey, you got a, whatever, 3 to 0 point margin and you get an ace? Yeah. Um, but no, I mean, all aces are good. It's points that you get. You're not really having to work too hard for them. But and the other way too, that when you think about, yeah, it's not necessarily an ace, but and this has happened all season because we are a tough serving team, right? If we serve the ball and they give us an overpass, like typically, like we are very successful on
Well, those middles eyes light up. You can see it happen in real time.
Listen, you guys, for anyone in volleyball, those return serves that are an overpass, those are like gifts from God. Those are gifts from
Christmas
heaven.
came early.
Christmas came early. It's the best. Actually, somebody asked me that. Oh, what was your favorite attack? My favorite attack was when you get an overpass and you're just like licking your chops and
you get a chance to measure it up. You see it coming. Oh, here we go.
It's so good. Yeah. And it's fun attacking the ball. It's also fun, right? Just, going up with two hands and directing the ball. Like that's good too. So yes, you can get service aces. We also serve so tough. We get overpasses, and those are kind of like a service ace, not quite, but pretty close. The server should get some credit for that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Force a bad pass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's all within the realm.
Yeah.
You mentioned Indiana playing Nebraska tough in set one. The Hoosiers got up to a 9-5 lead. Nebraska jumped out a little bit early. Indiana came back to lead it by 4.
Yeah.
And then, Mandy, blink of an eye, it's 20-14 Nebraska.
I know.
Other teams go on runs, but when you talk about just how good Nebraska is when things click, they can get down by 4, and then all of a sudden, it's not just a run to get back in it, get it tight, it's going back and forth.
Yeah.
There's actual breathing room for Nebraska, and they just got to get 5 more points. That's an incredible ability to flip that switch and be so explosive in the middle of sets.
Yeah, I think that goes to their ability to be very collected, no matter what the other team is doing. And I just think they do not get shook up. They don't start then playing not to lose. They just don't do that. I have not seen that this year. And I don't think this team is going to do that. And the reason why I truly believe that this team from a mental capacity is different than what we've seen before is because they're demonstrating it through their play, right? If a team goes on a run against them, this is what they say, hey, we go back to what we practice. And I listened to the productions, the TV productions post-match, and they interviewed Virginia Adriano. And I thought she answered this really great. And I think it's really informative and is going to be an example of what we're talking about. Is she even said, hey, we struggled tonight, and we had times where we struggled, but we go back to, our practice. How do we practice? And she goes, we even practice struggling. And how do we need to then come together through that? So I think that's why when we do get pushed by other teams or, teams close the gap of margin of points, we just don't get that doesn't make us change our play. That doesn't make us change our game plan. And
no hero ball. No, it's only going here.
Well, people don't start to play tight. A lot of times when things like that happen, and if you have a team that, can't, respond like the Huskers do, you'll have players. It's almost like you got 6 different players on the same court, but everybody's an individual. You might see people running into each other, running over each other. Maybe someone's trying
probably
to
not
do
talking
too much.
in their
They're
own
not
zone.
Talking, they're not communicating exactly. And I think the Huskers just do a great job of responding to teams when teams are playing well against us. And that's why we have the ability to literally wear them down in a set and in a match.
It happened again in set 2. Nebraska gets up 7-3. Indiana bounces back to take a 9-7 lead. So there's a 6-0 run by a top 25 team. This isn't a scrub Indiana team that got 6 lucky points. This is a top 20 team in the country.
They're number 17, right?
Yes. And then Nebraska responds within a 10-2 run.
Yes.
And okay, here's that breathing room again.
Yes. Yes. And that set was a fun set because I love this play. This was when I was yelling in my basement, you guys. Right.
Do we need Mandy live cam during Nebraska volleyball games? Do we need that? Is that the next evolution of this?
Maybe. I don't know. We might have to have some bleeps though and stuff. I don't know. But there was a point in time where the student section was pretty rowdy and they were yelling pretty hard. And I can't remember what the play was, but Rebecca Alec, I think, had a successful play and she waved at the student section. I was like, and I was so mad because I wanted to see the replay of it. And then of course, like the play happens, they show us get the point and they didn't show her waving at the student section. I was like, but yeah, I mean, the second set, it was kind of like they were in it and then they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what the pieces of our play that contribute to that is when you look at, well, I think there are two things, but like look at blocks, right? We had 8 blocks, they had 1 block, like 1 block.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough to win any volleyball match if you only have 1 block. We we had a side out percentage of 71%. They weren't too bad at 54, but we scored points. We had a point scoring percentage of 45%. So we beat them on side out percentage. We beat them on point score percentage. We outblocked them. And then here's the other thing here's what I really noticed in this match. You got Indiana that's rated number 17. Do you remember their middle scoring or getting a kill?
Not off the top of my head.
No, because they didn't. I mean, they might have gotten a couple, but the Indiana's best players were their 2 left sides and their opposite. So Jagger got 7 kills, 8 airs, 24 attempts, and hit negative, 0.042. That's not good, guys.
She had an error on a third of her swings.
Correct. Thank you. Thanks for doing the math. I appreciate that. Now I can't remember how they pronounce her name. She was, I want to say she's from Spain, but she had 10 kills. That was their other left side, number 3, I think. 7 airs, 36 attacks, 0.083. And then I think the right side was this Tatum. She had a better hitting percentage. Here's what my point
better
is.
At 26%.
Yeah.
Better.
So we have the best middles in the country. We don't remember, you and I can't remember their middles, and they got 1 block. And you guys, this is the 17 rated team in the country. So I think that's where, right, we are so used to, as Nebraska fans and as Husker Nation, of seeing a very, balanced offense. And I think what tonight was a really good representation of is you can be number 17 in the country, but if you have 0 middle production, like eventually Nebraska is just gonna, maybe you can play with us for a short period of time, but it's going to be really tough to take a set from us. It's definitely going to be tough to take a match from us when you're relying on basically all of your pin hitters.
402-464-5685. If you have any comments or questions, that is the number to our starter at Heyman Jewelers text line. We'll take our first break of the show. More Nebraska Volleyball Postgame. Former Husker Mandy Monson here with us for the next hour and change. We'll be back here on The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Need an adventure? How about the bright lights of Vegas? The magic of Orlando? Or the sunshine of Orange County? Now you can reach them all with new flights from LNK on Breeze Airways. Stretch out, relax, and enjoy the flight. Your vacation starts the moment you board at LNK. Book today at LincolnAirport.com. LNK. Make flying easy.
This holiday season, give the gift of good taste with a gift card from Valentino's. During double discount days, double your discount from $5 to $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Valentino's handcrafted pizza has been a family favorite for generations, and our gift cards make the perfect holiday gift. And right now, during gift card double discount days, when you buy $50 in gift cards, get a $10 gift card free. Happy holidays from Valentino's.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I Parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I Parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hey, Lincoln and the surrounding area. Yin and Yang Acupuncture and Rune Wind Healing Arts is now open at 1701 South 17th Street in Suite 3G and ready to help you improve your general health. If you're experiencing pain, headaches, or any other issues, give Yin and Yang Acupuncture a call today at 402-480-1014 to schedule your appointment. For those struggling with deep tissue pain or just need an experienced massage therapist to melt the stress away, call Rune Wind Healing Arts at 402-601-9721 and schedule your appointment now. Visit Yin and Yang Acupuncture and Rune Wind Healing Arts today in Lincoln at 1701 South 17th Street in Suite 3G.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Back to Nebraska Volleyball Postgame on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, former Nebraska outside hitter, Mandy Monson.
Welcome back in. It is Nebraska Volleyball Postgame here on The Ticket. We'll take you up until 8 o'clock. I'm Moss Norman. She is Mandy Monson. And you are you. Let's go to our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. Good evening, Aunt B. Appreciate you texting in here to Volleyball Postgame. With all these sweeps, Mandy, how does Nebraska prepare physically and mentally for the NCAA tournament, where theoretically the team could run into 4 and 5 set matches? I assume DBK is on top of it, but how are you able to practice that versus experiencing it in a game?
Yeah, you bet. Well, the great question, and I really appreciate it. And I want to say I appreciate anybody who's listening right now. Like the fact that we have over 200 people listening on the stream. I think we got about 40 on YouTube. We got a handful of people on Facebook. Like you guys, thank you so much for listening. But Aunt B, that is a fantastic question. The first thing is that we're really fortunate in that we have a top team that is not our typical starters on the Husker roster. So our practice play is very competitive. And so that definitely helps that we have people like, Ali Check and Skylar Pierce and Mania Obeche and Kenna. And basically the second team is pretty phenomenal. So we can actually do a lot of gameplay practice. And then what you do when you have the athletes to be able to do that, and that, maybe too, they still bring in some, men's players or club, guys team players. I mean, you also, I mean, I don't know, the coaching staff is pretty, right? When you look at the grad assistants and whatnot, I bet there's gameplay there. But the other piece too is then when you're practicing and you're preparing for the NCAA tournament, my guess is the coaching staff is going to create situations where, right, you're not just necessarily, scrimmaging and, playing a game to 25, right? They're going to create scenarios where the game is tied. They're going to create a scenario where, say, the first team is up by 2 points, and right, then you have the second team, and we're going to play it out. So they'll create live game situations that are going to be similar to, what the team is experiencing. I mean, you could set up your venue so that you got a lot of noise going on, and you're putting the players in a situation where they have to practice receiving the ball when, in gameplay, and, you can't hear anything. I'm sure they do stuff like that at Devaney. So I think Nebraska is maybe the best team in the country to be able to practice to prepare for NCAA tournament, because we're so deep. We have so many great athletes on the floor.
Nebraska wins it in a sweep again over number 17 Indiana, 25-19, 25-16, and 25-22. Mandy, as we were figuring out what we want to talk about during break, Harper Murray came to mind for you. 11 kills on 27 swings, 3 errors, 1 assist for her, as well as 6 digs for Harper Murray. But the aspect you wanted to talk on, Harper Murray, obviously is an outside hitter in the front row, but her ability's in the back row as well.
Yeah, I just thought she had a very strong match tonight with executing behind the 10-foot line. And I don't remember how many kills she got. I want to say at least she got for sure 3, maybe even 4. But she is an offensive threat when she is in the back row. And I thought actually her gameplay or her kills tonight were maybe more impressive behind the 10-foot line than they were in front of the 10-foot line. And also talking about momentum during the game, right? When Indiana was kind of hanging with us, I think some things that really kind of took some of the pace off of Indiana was actually her swinging and executing from the 10-foot line. And so the more we do that, I mean, that's going to help our success rate as we get into the NCAA tournament. Historically, and you and I were talking about, well, I mean, is that kind of a new thing this year? It's not that she hasn't been successful behind the 10-foot line. I just think previously, in previous years, it was maybe done more on out-of-system balls, where I think what's great about what we've done from an offensive perspective and what the coaches have really implemented is using the back row attacking behind the 10-foot line on in-system plays. And they primarily do that with Harper and then with Terea Sigler. Terea Sigler was another player that, so typically she only plays in the back row, but she played a little bit tonight in the front row as well. And kind of what's interesting about her kind of evolution as a player is she's very strong in the back row, and her kind of improvement is going to be taking that same gameplay actually for her to the front row in front of the 10-foot line when she's attacking.
That's pretty rare.
I think so. I mean, usually you're when you're right, just learning to play the game. And I'm not saying she's not a strong attacker. You guys in the front row, like,
but relative to the rest of her
how
game
she's playing
Nebraska
right now
level
for the Huskers. I think she'll work on continuing to be that same aggressive pace in the front row as she is the back row. And it could be reps, right? She's just used to being in the back row, so that's kind of in gameplay now. But I just thought Harper played really impressive from that perspective, and I'm sure they're going to continue to run that in system in addition to out of system. The other thing that we talked about, and I would love to see this, and we've done it before and it's been very successful, and I don't know how we do this more. This would be a great question for Harrison to ask Jalen or whoever is on the show with Jalen, is how do we get Andy Jackson more involved in the back row.
Can you imagine all 6'4" of Andy Jackson, that leaping ability? Like it'd be like a sniper tower for her from behind 10 feet away.
Well, she's done it before and it's quite impressive. So I'm like, oh man, like how do we, is it that we just have to commit to that? Like when she and Harper are in, because when she's serving, Harper's middle back. So is it like, do we just have to say, hey guys, we are committing to this? We're Harper, we love you. You're so amazing in the back row. Like, right? I just said how good Harper Murray is.
You're a great player. Take one for the team.
Yeah.
This
and now
fun.
we want, why Andy is serving. We want you. You're going to be the person that's going to take the free ball. And now we're going to set Andy in system. So, hey, coaches, I don't know if you listen to this. You probably don't. But if you do, I would love to see that when we go and play Penn State and Ohio State. And I feel like, okay, Penn State might be a little bit, right? That's very competitive, probably be a little bit more competitive. And, former Nebraska player Fiona Nepo does coach at Ohio State. So by no means am I trying, but like, let's, let's bring it in against Ohio State, right? I mean,
this is our Big Ten championship clinching celebration.
Yeah,
Is Andy Jackson in the back row?
Oh my God. If that happened, you guys, I sit in section B9, everybody. If Andy Jackson dominates from the back row in the matches, Penn State or Ohio State, listen, you will see me going crazy in section B9.
Let's have the Mandy cam.
Oh,
Into Vandy. We know some people.
That would be interesting.
We know some people.
I know you could.
We can pair it up and bring it back in time for the broadcast.
Oh, you could. That'd be fun.
Maybe, potentially.
Maybe.
We'll pull some.
Just don't catch me while I'm eating my Val's pizza and my popcorn. And
of course not. We like you more than that.
Thank you.
I mean, shoot, you're repping us on the sweatshirt, so we wouldn't do you dirty like that.
Yeah, you guys.
You're officially in.
I got my 93.7 The Ticket sweatshirt on tonight. You guys, this thing is so comfortable. It's amazing.
It is.
I highly recommend everybody get one.
Well, we're on the topic of Harper Murray in the back row. Maybe for those who are newer to volleyball, obviously it's just a different angle for the defense. But as an offense and as a hitter, what are the benefits of a back row attack? What's different?
Well, so what's different about it is obviously you have a player coming from the back row. I mean, it's just it's a different pace. I mean, right? A lot of volleyball and playing defense is, right, eye coordination and the velocity of the ball. And so the other thing that's different about a back row attack is, right, the setter's typically going to lead their hitter, right? The ball isn't set on the 10-foot line. The ball is set maybe even 3 foot ahead from the 10-foot line. So that player can really get some air and get some power behind the ball. Correct. Because they don't have the barrier of the net, the physical barrier of the net. And I think the reason why Harper and Torreya are so successful with it is because historically, when that became, more consistent on that set being done, it was only in and out of system balls, meaning the pass was not great to the setter. The setter wasn't in a position where she could really set a great ball.
Can't really push it to the net. Can't hit the middles.
You can't set your front row players. So it was kind of a way to still have an aggressive attack. But what we're doing, I think that's different, not different, but I just think we more consistently set that attack while we're in system. So what does that mean? It means that then when you have a perfect pass, then you have 4 attackers instead of just 3. So from a defensive standpoint in the team that has to play defense against us, okay, they not only have to think about the 3 attackers in the front row, whether it be Bergen's in the back row or Bergen is in the front row, you also have the back row attacker that you have to think about. And the reason why I say that is, listen, when Bergen is in the front row, she is also an attacker that people have to defend against. And she did a great job tonight of actually, getting some kills by, dumping the ball when she was in the front row. So, yeah, I mean, I just think you can get a lot more velocity. You can get more velocity on the ball. Not that you can't when it's front row attacking, but it's just also think about like when you're lining up the block on a back row attack, just a little bit more, it's more delay. It's more, time.
Probably spread out.
It's a little bit. Yep. Correct. Yeah.
As a hitter then in the front row or the back row, how do your eyes change? When are you taking your glance at, hey, this is where the block is coming from. This is where I'm getting the ball. This is where I need to decide if can I cut it? Can I go down the line? Can I tip it? Do I go velocity? What's that decision-making process, that split second like compared to the front row?
Well, I think there's a timing. You have more time in a way. You know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying? So because it's going to be a higher ball, right? But man, you can have some pretty you can have some back row attacks that play is still fast. And I think we do that. I don't think that the play is slow when we set the back row attack, but from a hitter's perspective, when you're hitting from the back row, you really, man, you kind of got the whole canvas of the court. So, that's where, depending on how efficient your attacker is from the back row, right? They can go to each corner. They could go to, zone 1, zone 5, zone 6. So but sometimes a lot of options can almost be too many options. So, right. I mean, I think it's more of a timing perspective. And I think really great attackers that can attack well from the back row, they really have the timing down and really the kind of the coordination to be able to it's a timing perspective. Yeah. Yep.
And you mentioned this briefly. It's been in Nebraska's offense. Obviously, every team practices it and has it in their bag. Feels maybe a little more intentional from Danny Busboom Kelly.
Yeah,
as being
I think
a part of the offense.
I think she's done a great job of really layering that in as not just an out of system option. That is an option that we are going to use in order to execute on in-system balls. And I think it's more predominant than this season than I've seen it before. Yeah. And I think, it's not just Harper, right? You have other weapons like Terea Sigler, that are doing that as well. And like I said, I mean, Andy Jackson's done it a couple times, but Terea Sigler and Harper Murray are playing middle back. So that's why it's a little bit more efficient for them to hit beyond the 10-foot line. It's just a little bit tougher to, set the right back, from the, beyond the 10-foot. You just don't have as much room. You know what I'm saying? And when you're thinking about where the setter is from a position wise to make that set, it's just a little bit more efficient for the setter to set that, middle back in that manner.
You mentioned that gives Nebraska a fourth option, right?
Correct.
Either pin, middle,
Yes.
and back row attack.
Correct.
Let's say, hypothetically, it's set 5 in the national championship match.
Yeah.
Nebraska trails 14-13. They need a point to stay alive. They get the serve in the perfect position. Bergen Riley's in the perfect position to make any of those 4 passes. Nebraska needs a point to stay alive in the national championship. Who do you want her to go to? What play do you want Nebraska to run? I tell you nothing more about the game other than that's the situation.
And it's a perfect pass?
Perfect pass. Nebraska has all 4 options at its disposal. Let's say Harper Murray in the back row.
Are you going to give me some? Are you going to give me some attackers? I just position wise.
Sure. Let's do Andy Jackson on the slide. You can have, let's say, Virginia Adriano on one side, and then pick your right side.
Well, I mean, I would set the middle.
Okay.
I would set the middle. Yes. Even if it was Andy or Rebecca. I mean, that's kind of not knowing right how it's been defensively in the block. But if you have a perfect pass. Yeah, I think you go to the middle because I think we're very successful at the middle. I mean, we have one of the highest hitting percentages from the middle of the court. So
the championship on the line. You're giving it to a middle.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Even as an outside hitter.
Tell me, why would you not?
I was asking you. I don't have an opinion. They have 4 great options.
Yeah, I'd give it to the middle because 1, they've demonstrated that they're a high efficiency kill percentage. And 2, the reason why I'd give it to the middle is because it's harder to set a block. Here's where it's not harder to set a block. Here's where it would not be a good decision. It's a perfect pass. You set a 1. There's a massive blocker on the other side. Let's take, for example, the gal from UCLA that actually blocked well against us.
Right.
Okay. Then no, I probably wouldn't set a quick 1. However, if Andy Jackson's there, it's a perfect pass and she's going back behind on a dog. Well, then I still may set her.
There's probably an angle there.
Yeah. But here's this, you guys. This is where these are really tough questions to answer because, right? I'm thinking about. Hold on. I'm thinking about. We have so many good attackers. Virginia Adriano played great tonight. She played great. Now, maybe I wouldn't give it to her in that scenario because she's a freshman, right?
But I would throw Jazz Sweet in that example. Sometimes a freshman gets hot.
I know, exactly. You're right. We're
Devil's advocate.
Listen, we are just, playing it out. But, let's see on the left side, right? You got Landfair and you got Harper Murray. And I mean, if Harper is in the front row, right? I mean,
hard not to go to her.
It's hard not to go to her. So I think the players make a difference. And you could also, you could make a case that you could set Harper in the back row if she's in the back row. Although I think if you have a perfect pass, Harper's in the back row, and you got Andy Jackson in the front row because Andy Jackson's one rotation ahead, I'd probably set Andy.
Back row might be a little too cute in that instance.
I don't know. I just think you probably, your efficiency, when you look at it statistically, you probably have a more efficient kill statistically with Andy. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't have the Husker stats in front of me.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, but here's the deal. This is why I think we have a very, very, very strong chance at winning the national championship, and I think we're going to win. I believe we are going to win the national championship because it could be actually any one of our players that get that opportunity, and I think we execute. Taylor Landfair, our H2. I mean, I think she wasn't maybe as prominent tonight, but I mean, she does a great job of cutting the ball when she, and getting kills. And she does a great job of keeping the ball in play and not airing. I think if you compare what her production was a year ago to what it is this year, I think that's a big difference. I think she has become she already was a great player and a strong player, and she's just gotten, stronger this year. And so, and here's the other thing. Okay, well, what if it's Rebecca Alec in the front row? I absolutely would. So like setting Rebecca in front, right? So Rebecca's really powerful and really successful. She's great. She's great behind on the dog as well, but she is such a fun attacker to watch in front of the setter, either on a quick or on a three, or what she and Bergen do such a great job is even Bergen can come off the net. And Bergen can shoot it to Rebecca and she can score that way.
It kind of that funky angle that you're not used to.
And I think that's because one, our middles work harder than any other middles in the country. I don't care what anybody says. We have the two best middles in the country. They're awesome. They're amazing. And we have the best setter in the country. So, they just work really hard to stay active and I think either way we win.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
I like that.
Thank you.
Yes, that's where we'll end up. We'll take our final break of the show. Senior night coming up in about a week for Nebraska. Let's talk through the senior class, what the rest of the regular season could have in store for the Huskers. 2 matches to go. Former Husker Mandy Monson there. I'm Austin Norman on the ticket.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the all-new Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide the smooth energy to get you through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week and attractive benefits package and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Back to Nebraska Volleyball Postgame on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, former Nebraska outside hitter, Mandy Monson.
Welcome back in one final time, Nebraska Volleyball Postgame. Welcome to those of you who are at halftime of the Nebraska football game as well. Let's just say volleyball went better than football is going right now. 402-464-5685 if you have any sort of final thoughts. Speaking of final, Mandy, Nebraska volleyball coming up on its final weekend of the regular season. As you mentioned, it will be Penn State and Ohio State on the 28th and the 29th. Back-to-back for Nebraska at home. Couple of evening matches, so plenty of time to watch the football game and get out to the Bob at 5:30 for first serve between Nebraska and Penn State. Of course, it'll be senior night over the weekend and a four-player senior class for Nebraska.
Yeah.
We'll start with the two out-of-staters and the transfers into the program. It's Taylor Landfair and Allie Check. Taylor Landfair's been here a few years now. Allie Check, just a one and done at Nebraska. She is a senior, transfers in. Kind of felt like maybe that missing piece in the offseason.
Yeah.
Hasn't really been in the starting lineup. Has played her role. Kind of same thing for Taylor Landfair. How many Big Ten players of the year would take the back seat that she would? But to see both those players come to Nebraska for a chance to consistently compete for titles and then turn into role players, incredibly selfless leadership, and shows just how well those two fit into the program.
Yeah, totally agree. And I love both those players. Like, Taylor Landfair has definitely had more playing time this year and has been really successful. And I feel like she has continued to get better throughout the year. Like she's a very strong attacker. She's a stronger attacker this year than she was a year ago. And she's a stronger blocker. Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys, there are some blocks that she puts up that are just like, whoa. Because she's 6'5", you know, and when, she extends, I mean, it's just like, holy cow. And what I actually really like about Taylor Landfair is her demeanor. She's just so like, I don't know, cool, calm. She doesn't get shook up a whole lot about anything. I think she would be fun to play with because she's actually so centered.
Sure.
I think she would probably be like for the younger, like I think when you look at how deep we are and you look at Taylor Landfair, you look at Allie Check, like what great leadership from those ladies. Because when Allie Check comes into matches, she's usually very successful. I mean, there's definitely, not a drop by any means if she comes in on the right side. So, Allie Check hasn't played as much this year because Virginia is really she's an exceptional physical volleyball player. And then I think she's really improved from her, acumen and making that transition. But Allie Check is a great player and, she's a very strong attacker and a very strong blocker. We just, we have a really a really great team. But I think both those women have been very good leaders for younger players, and I think are just players that you can count on. And every team needs that.
Crazy when you can have an all Big 12 transfer and a Big 10 player of the year be your role players.
It's crazy.
Be a veteran leaders. That's where Nebraska is at. The in-state players then that will be honored on senior night. There'll be defensive specialist Maisie Bosiger and then Rebecca Alec. Speaking of leadership, Rebecca Alec feels like she really stepped into the leadership and the vocal void that some people thought might have been left by Lexi Rodriguez exiting.
Yeah.
But Becca Alec absolutely filled that void, has been kind of the face of the program in some ways, right? She's the one that you want at the podium representing this program. If there's something Nebraska volleyball stands for, I'm sure Becca Alec stands for the exact same thing.
She does, and she is a phenomenal player. Like, you guys, she is a phenomenal middle. She's fantastic. I think when DP asked me who would be on my like all-time middles for Nebraska, I had her on there.
Wow.
Not Andy Jackson. I was at the beginning of the year. I think maybe I had both. I don't remember. But I mean, Rebecca Alec has just been one. She's a phenomenal athlete. She's a fantastic leader. I think she's a Nebraskan. So when you just look at her story, it's such a great, Nebraska story. And then she's also, I think what's really impressive and what has been really enjoyable to watch her this year is, she recognized that she needed to improve or up level in some physical parts of her game and also in leadership areas. And I mean, once she does everything is from a physicality standpoint with so much presence. I mean, maybe they're just, Andy and Rebecca are just different athletes. And so their strengths are displayed in different ways. Because I was almost going to say, Andy maybe is a little bit more dynamic, but that's not true.
Different kind of dynamic?
It's a different kind of dynamic. I mean, how many times has a team that we are competing against tried to just pop a ball over the net and Rebecca aggressively returns it for a point? Like, I haven't ever really seen a middle kind of do that type of thing. And I mean, and she does it all the time. Like I don't know, her timing, her arms are really long and she's just very, even when she's defending at the net, she's offensive at the net. And I think she's just a great person. I think she's a great steward for the volleyball program. And I will miss watching her. I really would and she's like, even tonight, like, right. It's a competitive match. She gets a point. She throws a little, hey, everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she just has
She's such a kind heart, but then you see that competitive fire.
But don't mess with her.
Do not. You'll hear about
mess with her.
I love it.
Yeah. So I will miss watching her play, and I am excited to see where she goes in the pro league because
where?
Oh yeah, where? Yeah, because I mean, I don't think she's topped out by any means.
Which is also crazy.
Like
to think
what,
about
a lot of times they talk, I mean, I don't know. And this is where I just don't know. Like they talk about Andy Jackson, which Andy Jackson, I think will play on the national team. I don't know what that takes, what the speed takes, but I don't know. Rebecca Alec's really good. I think I will miss her. She is the player I've really enjoyed watching from a freshman year through a senior year. And I just think it'll be fun to watch her continue on in the pro leagues for sure.
Do you remember your senior night?
Kind of.
What do you remember about it?
Here's what I remember. Honestly, because it's like a picture. I remember being on the end line with my mom and dad and having a big smile on my face. And I think, a senior night is really special. But also on the same hand, and this could just be me. I don't know how. I mean, sometimes I'm a sentimental person, but when you're at Nebraska, I don't know that I was really focused on it being like my last match at Nebraska. Because one, it's not your last match at Nebraska because you're going to host regionals and you're going to host first round and second round of regionals. And at that point, you're just really I mean, quite frankly, we're focused on winning a national championship. So I remember it. I mean, I think it's really cool. Yeah. I mean, that's what I remember being there with my mom and dad.
You remember who you beat and how you beat them, right?
No.
You swept Texas to win the Big 12 title on your senior night.
Let's go.
In a top 15 matchup, you swept Texas. A loss would have been tiebreakers.
Do you know how I played?
You played well because the final line in the recap, senior outside hitter Mandy Monson also placed her name in the school record books with 12 digs on Saturday. Monson now ranks 10th on the all-time career dig chart at Nebraska.
That's right, everybody.
12 digs on senior night in a sweep of Texas.
You guys,
for our very own, we claim you now, Mandy Monson.
You should. I love defense. I really did. That was oh God. You just brought me back. We beat Tech. Okay.
You swept them. They just beat them. You swept them.
You guys, and those were hard matches. That was a rivalry. Big time. Good job. Good job, Mandy. Good job. Good job, 99 team. I am proud of you.
15-12, 16-14, and 15-9 in the third.
God, we killed them.
Yeah, not close.
We dominated them. Oh, they were so. And here's why that was a big win, you guys. Because when we went to Texas, my senior year, we got beaten 5, and we should have not lost that match. And let me tell you, that caused a little bit of some irritation. Like within our team, I was pissed. I mean, I'll be like, sorry, like you got to believe
you can say that. No, you're good. You're good.
Like, I was really mad after that match when we lost that match. And I do think, like, here's where, I think it kind of woke us up that senior year too.
I would tend to agree. Looking at the schedule after that 5-set loss to Texas, sweep Texas Tech, sweep number 15 Kansas State on the road, sweep Kansas.
That's right.
Beat A&M 3-1 here in Lincoln, beat Colorado 3-1 here in Lincoln, sweep Iowa State, sweep Oklahoma, sweep Baylor, go on the road, sweep Missouri, and then home sweep on senior night against Texas.
So see, that woke up woke up the beast. Yeah, for sure. I love that. Thank you. I really just enjoyed that. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's talk about Macy.
How about her?
Talk about just a sweetheart, right? Like, who doesn't love Macy Bosinger? Every time she comes off on the court, everybody cheers for her. She is the TikTok queen, I think.
Bench mob queen.
But yeah, so I think she's another kid that really represents Nebraska, and she will also be missed. It'll be interesting. I don't know if she's going to just continue to dominate social media. Good for her. I hope she does.
Make an incredible coach back at the state title team in Norris as well if she wants.
She would. I bet she would be a great coach. Man, I don't know. I think the world, honestly, I think for all these seniors that will be moving on, I think the world is their oyster. I mean, really. I mean, they're just all fantastic women. I think they have done such a great job of representing Nebraska volleyball, and that's what is so cool, you guys, about being in a program like Nebraska. There's nothing like it. I would be lying if I said it still doesn't impact me today. Every day, Nebraska volleyball impacts me, because you're in an environment that, one, pushes you to do great things, and 2, gives you that confidence that you can do great things. So that's what is fun to see what happens then with players, after they move on. And I think all of these ladies have a bright future in front of them, no matter what they're doing.
Nebraska, 2 matches remaining in the regular season. They'll host Penn State on Friday and Ohio State on Sunday. Mandy, I doubt we will see you before Thanksgiving, so a very happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you very much. Big thanks to everyone listening on our streams on radio, wherever you are in the world. Of course, our free app for your phone. Really, truly appreciate it. Friday night and Saturday night for Nebraska volleyball. Nebraska football still has another 30 minutes to play. They're down 20 as the second half gets underway right now. Before former Husker Mandy Monson, this is Austin Norman signing off. Back briefly with football postgame.